Some new cars look amazing on the lot, but once the warning light comes on and the hood goes up, they turn into the exact kind of vehicle mechanics can't stand dealing with. You can love how a new car looks, how it drives, even how futuristic it feels, but if that same vehicle becomes a software headache, a packaging nightmare, or a repeat visitor to the service bay, none of that stuff matters anymore. Today I'm breaking down 10 new cars mechanics hate to work on, not because every single one is guaranteed to be a disaster, but because these are the kinds of vehicles that stack the worst repair red flags: low reliability, glitchy electronics, plug-in hybrid complexity, or recall baggage that should make smart buyers pay attention. Number 10, the Honda Prologue. This one surprises people because it wears the Honda badge. And normally Honda is one of those brands buyers trust without thinking twice. But the Prologue is exactly the kind of modern EV that makes service work frustrating. Consumer Reports says many GM Ultium-based EVs, including the Cadillac Lyriq and Honda Prologue, have below average reliability, and Honda had to issue a 2026 recall covering affected 2024 Prologues because software defects could cause the instrument cluster and infotainment display to go blank while driving, including loss of rear-view camera display when shifted into reverse. That's the kind of problem mechanics hate, because that's not a simple wrench job. That's scan tool, software, module, update, maybe duplicate the issue, maybe don't duplicate the issue. Customer frustrated, shop frustrated, everybody irritated. For buyers, this is the lesson. Just because it says Honda on the front does not mean it automatically is a low drama ownership experience. Number 9, Chevrolet Traverse. Families look at the Traverse and see size, comfort, and practicality. A mechanic looks at a big, recently redesigned 3-row SUV and sees the possibility of first-wave bugs. Consumer Reports says the redesigned Traverse has below average predicted reliability, and that's exactly the kind of thing that matters on a vehicle like this, because people buying a big family hauler are not looking for "come back next week, we're still diagnosing it" energy. And here's what I think a lot of buyers miss. When a 3-row SUV gets more digital, more complicated, and more loaded with features, a simple ownership experience can disappear fast. So even if the Traverse does a lot right on paper, it still fits the kind of profile mechanics don't love seeing. At number 8, the GMC Acadia. The Acadia is basically the same kind of warning sign, maybe even louder. Consumer Reports says the redesigned GMC Acadia has well below average reliability, and that's a big deal because this is another mainstream family SUV that buyers expect to be easy to live with. And that's why it lands here, because when you combine a fresh redesign, big screens, a lot of tech, and a heavy everyday family use mission, mechanics don't need to hate the badge to hate the experience. They hate when one issue turns into 3 issues. They hate when diagnosis takes longer than the repair. And they really hate when the customer thought they bought something bulletproof. Number 7, the Cadillac Lyriq. Luxury EVs are supposed to feel cutting edge, but cutting edge can also mean unfinished. Consumer Reports says the Lyriq has below average reliability, and GM also issued a 2025 safety recall on certain Lyriq vehicles because bolts attaching the high voltage battery to the interior floor could be missing or loose, which could increase the risk of battery damage, shorting, and fire in a crash. That doesn't mean every Lyriq is a nightmare, but it absolutely means this is the kind of vehicle that can create service bay frustration fast. Luxury buyer expectations are sky high, EV systems are complex, software matters, battery issues matter, and once a premium vehicle starts stacking technical headaches, mechanics know it can turn into a time-consuming mess. Number 6, the Mazda CX-70 PHEV. This one is sneaky because Mazda still has a strong reputation with a lot of buyers, and honestly, that reputation is deserved in a lot of cases. But Consumer Reports says both the gas and plug-in hybrid versions of the CX-70 remain below or well below average, and specifically calls out the CX-70 and CX-90 lineup as remaining unreliable in year 2. And plug-in hybrids are exactly the kind of vehicles that can make the mechanics groan. Why? Because you're not just dealing with gas engines. You're dealing with a gas engine, electric hardware, charging logic, battery cooling, extra software, and more complexity packed into one vehicle. That's why I keep saying PHEVs can be the worst of both worlds when they're not executed well. Speaking of, number 5, the Mazda CX-90 PHEV. Same problem, bigger vehicle, more family pressure, more chance for regret. Consumer Reports says the CX-90 and the CX-90 PHEV remain unreliable in their second year, which is not what buyers want to hear from a three-row SUV that's supposed to feel premium, advanced, and worth the money. And this is where the mechanic hate angle really makes sense. Because when a three-row family vehicle mixes premium aspirations with plug-in hybrid complexity, even routine service and diagnosis can become more annoying than it should be. That's what kills ownership satisfaction, not just one big repair bill, the feeling that everything is harder than it should be. Number 4, Ram 1500. Not everything on this list is electric. Not everything on this list is a plug-in hybrid. The Ram 1500 is here because Consumer Reports puts it among the least reliable vehicles in its latest survey. And this matters because modern full-size trucks are no longer simple machines. They're loaded with screens, sensors, luxury features, and complicated tech layered on the top of a truck experience. And that's where mechanics start losing their patience, because trucks used to be straightforward. Now a lot of them are basically high-riding luxury vehicles with work truck branding. So when the reliability isn't there, you're not just fixing truck stuff, you're diagnosing a rolling electronic package. That's a very different ownership equation. Then you have the Rivian R1T. I like innovation just as much as the next guy, but innovation and easy service are not always the same thing. Consumer Reports lists the R1T among its least reliable vehicles, places Rivian in the bottom third of its brand ranking, and Rivian's own recall page shows a string of 2025 and 2026 recalls involving issues such as improperly secured seatbelt retractors, toe-link joint separation risk after certain service procedures, loss of drive power concerns, and ADAS-related software recalls. Now this is where the comments will probably get spicy because Rivian owners are passionate. I get it, the truck's cool, but from a service standpoint, this is exactly the kind of new age, high-tech, early platform vehicle that can become exhausting to deal with. A mechanic doesn't care how cool the truck looks in your driveway if the repair path is complicated, the issue is software heavy, or the problem keeps coming back in a different form. Then you have the Chrysler Pacifica hybrid. If you want a textbook example of why mechanics can hate plug-in hybrids, this is it. Consumer Reports lists the Chrysler Pacifica hybrid among the least reliable vehicles in its latest survey, and that alone is enough to put it on this list. And think about what this thing is from a repair standpoint. It's a minivan with family duty expectations, with hybrid hardware, with plug-in capability, with more systems layered together than most buyers stop to think about. This is not a mechanic's dream. This is a vehicle where packaging, access, diagnosis time, and electrical complexity can all pile up at once. And for a family buyer, that usually means one thing: inconvenience. At number 1, the Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xe. This one feels like the perfect storm. Consumer Reports lists the Jeep Grand Cherokee plug-in hybrid among its least reliable vehicles, and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration said in November of last year, 2025, that more than 91,000 model year 2022 to 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee PHEVs were recalled for a fire risk, with owners told to park outside and not charge a vehicle until it gets repaired. That's brutal. And from the mechanic's hate angle, this is exactly the kind of SUV that checks every bad box. You got popular nameplate, premium-ish price, complicated plug-in hybrid system, big expectation from buyers, serious recall baggage, and a repair story that can turn ugly in a hurry. If you're a mechanic, this is the kind of vehicle that can eat time. If you're a buyer, this is the kind of vehicle that can eat your patience. Now I want to hear from you. Which one on this list surprised you the most? And what new car do you think mechanics would tell people to avoid? Let me know in the comment section below. And before you buy anything new or used, car, truck, or SUV, or EV, hybrid, and so on, visit quotes.everymandriver.com first and compare dealer pricing in your zip code from qualified dealerships. There's also a direct link below. That's one of the easiest ways to avoid overpaying before you ever step foot on a dealership lot. Do your research first by visiting quotes.everymandriver.com. If you found this video helpful, please consider clicking subscribe, because this channel we talk about cars to avoid, car reviews, the best vehicles to buy, biggest discounts, and how to protect yourself from bad deals and buyer regret. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.
One final note, if you are in the market for a new vehicle soon, great. Connect with your local dealership and price and test drive at least 3 different vehicles. A vehicle's strengths and weaknesses can only be discovered when you are behind the wheel. My reviews can be good, but you need to test drive these yourself. Visit quotes.everymandriver.com, select the make, model, and your zip code, and you'll get invoice pricing in your area on those vehicles. Shop smarter with price quotes at quotes.everymandriver.com. You can save $50 right now on the Nuvio Recovery Chiller. It works with any tub, bathtub, cold tub, indoors or out. Just plug it in, set the temperature, and start plunging. Use my code below and grab your deal today. Want to save 5% on your very own at-home barrel sauna? I've partnered with Almost Heaven to hook you up. This has been a game changer for my recovery and daily routine. Use my code and link below and start sweating smarter. You can save 5% on the red light panel that I use every week. This platinum LED Biomax works anywhere. Bedroom, gym, recovery room, and is packed with science-backed benefits. Use my code below and start feeling the difference today.